Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? Kevin here coming back at you. This is the Kawasaki KE100 tank. We've been doing the little mini series on cleaning out your tanks. This thing was so full of rust. We filled it from bottom to top. And for those of you who are just getting in to see what's going on with this, you'd have to watch the other video to see how bad the tank actually was. But that's the tool I made right there for the block off for flushing tanks. This tank right here was completely rusted out inside. I mean, just a fireball of rust. I mean, as far as you can see. The cap was so rusted when you open it up, it was just stuck to it. So, the cap comes off. You can see how nice and clean the cap looks. And I don't think you can see in it because it's so dark, but with the proper... Well, that ain't gonna work. Hold on. Okay, this is going to be a little hard to see, but you can see how nice and clean inside the tank is. It actually is. Let's see if we can get that light back in there like that. There is literally no rust in this tank. Well, I mean, there's a couple of little spots, but with a little bit more soaking, this thing came out like brand new inside. You can hardly see it, but there we go. That is not a tank coating. That is the actual tank on the inside. There was a couple. We're going to let it soak a little bit more with some vinegar in it. But the entire tank looks like... I wish you could see the sidewalls. I mean, this thing is just absolutely beautiful inside. Right there, look at that. You can see all the way down to the bottom right there, guys. See that? That's what the bottom of the tank looks like. There we go. We got it now. That is what the inside of the fuel tank looks like with vinegar, guys. I emptied it out. I flushed it out. There was no rust on the sidewalls at all. The sides are just nice and clean. And that is vinegar that did that. Now, I want to show you guys. So like I said, this is a short... These are just a small... I call it a mini series because they're short videos. But you can see where, where we're at with them. Now, there is a little spot of rust on the side right here, so I'm going to throw a little bit of vinegar in there. I have a little bit left. I'm going to throw a little bit of vinegar. But I want to show you guys what the vinegar looks like when I took it out. Now, this was the white clear vinegar. This was not the apple vinegar or anything like that. This was clear, 5% acidity. And this is the bucket right here. This is my tank bucket. And you can also do rims in here too, guys. If you have a rim that's really rusted on one spot, maybe it was sitting in the rain or something, you can literally soak the rim in the vinegar, and the vinegar will eat the rust. Look at that. It's raining out, so it's a little... You can literally see the rust floating. This. That's what was inside the tank. I can't even tell you how bad it stinks. It is rancid. So, this is from the flush. This is only vinegar, and now with a couple of raindrops in it. So I'm going to save this. I know you guys probably think I'm crazy, but I'm going to filter that out with a coffee filter. Put it back into a gallon bucket and reuse it again using a coffee filter. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm going to do a video on that. But for right now, I wanted to show you. So I want to show you where we left off on the tank. Alright, so the tank has been vinegarized. Okay. It's nice and clean on the inside. And up underneath here, right here, there's a pinhole. There's a pinhole here, and I think there's one over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to sandblast the entire tank. We're going to take all the paint right off this tank. Okay, we're going to clean up all the little spots, all the little rust spots right here. There's a rust spot right there. We're going to clean this entire tank up. I'm going to be doing a video on that. We're going to sandblast the entire tank. We're even going to leave the tool on there while we sandblast because we don't want that sand inside the tank. And then we have to put you can see the crack here. So we're going to take my Dremel tool. We're going to put a groove. We're going to channel it out a little bit. Then we're going to have, my brother's going to MIG weld it all the way up. I'm going to have him weld it. And then we're going to clean it up so it's nice and flat and flush. And it's going to be a nice solid mount. So that's how we're going to fix the crack. we're going to sandblast the entire tank. We're going to braze all the little pinholes it has. Then we're going to reprime it, paint it. Before we do that though, these sides are really nice. This is actually a nice tank. It's got some scratches on them, but there's no real dents in it. There's like one dent right here. I was going to take a hammer and put a dent in it if it didn't have one, but we're going to do a video on how to remove dents. So we're going to take this dent out right here on this side, and then I'm going to take a hammer and I'm going to put a big old dent right here. And then I'm going to show you how to take that dent out. Okay? And when you guys see my technique on taking out tank dents, you're going to be like, genius. And it's so dumb, it's awesome. So it's so easy. So this side of the tank is good. There's no dents in it at all. It's a smooth tank except for right here where it's got some scratching. But the tank itself is in decent shape on the outside, except for the rough spots where it's been left outside. So, the next step on this tank right here, we're going to go ahead and sandblast the entire tank. We're going to do one on cleaning the vinegar so we can keep that for another tank. We're going to re-weld that piece, fix that dent. This side right here, I call it the virgin side. There's no dents. We're going to put a dent in it and then take the dent out. So I could teach you guys how to do these type of things on your bike. Because most tanks can be repaired. And the vinegar wash is cheap. It's $2 a gallon. I put 2.5 gallons into this tank. Let it sit, let it soak, let it do its thing. And this thing is in immaculate condition on the inside. I mean, I would put this on my bike if it was green. Okay, so we're going to sandblast it. We're going to clean up some spots on it. I'm going to show you how to sandblast. It's a real cheap process. It's a real cheap thing to do, and we're going to do it. So, this is the, I don't know, I'm not even putting numbers on them. This is just the next video in line on the mini series on the tank. So the tank, you saw it on the inside of this tank is clean. I mean, looks absolutely. Let's see if I can get another look, because I'm just excited about it. Look at that. Look how nice that looks. See if I can get a better look. Look at the bottom. That is not in bad shape at all. So that's what we're dealing with, guys. That's exactly what we're dealing with. So pretty cool. And I'm looking forward to getting this tank. Oh, actually there is some dents right here in the front. So we don't have to put a dent in that. We got enough dents to take out right here. I'm going to show you guys how to patch some dents. Fix some dents. Patch some holes. Do body work on these tanks. And get this thing from this. We got a dent here, which is good. So we had one dent. I wanted to at least have two to show you guys. So we got one here, and we got a little series on here. So we're not going to put a dent in the tank. We're going to leave that side alone. Why create more work then? And we're going to fix all these little dingy dents, which is what I was going to do on this side. So that's good. So we got dents. We got a dent on this side right here. We're good. And then we're going to fix the whole tank. Great. That's awesome. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. I have 592 subscribers, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much for your support, and I hope you find these videos very informative. And I can't wait to keep doing them. So let's go in through and get this tank done. And so on the next mini series, we'll be sandblasting. So that's the next part of the series, is to sandblast and prep the outside of the tank. After it's sandblasted, we'll then go ahead and do a thing there. We're going to do some paint. I'm going to show you guys how to prime it, paint it, and clear coat it. So when you pour gas in here, it doesn't make the paint run out here. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.